Stream is starting. The Captain Coder at the helm. Bean water is ready. Today we will learn a lot. He loves the questions, he loves to sing. Join our Discord and follow him.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you, wherever you happen to be in the world. Hope you're having a beautiful day. Happy second Monday, everybody. Happy second Monday. I'm here. We're here on this beautiful Monday afternoon for me. It's a little bit weird to be streaming at this time of the day for me, but we're here to spread the word. We're going to get the word out. Captain Coder's Learn You a Game Jam is coming up, folks. June 19th. Get ready, Dramblix. Are you ready? Are you ready to learn you a game jam? Are you ready to learn you a game jam? Alchemy, welcome back to the stream. It's great to have you here. Happy second Monday. I know for some people it's already Tuesday. It's already Tuesday for some people. How does that even work? Time travelers, tell me. Give me the lottery numbers. Give me the lottery. If anyone here is from the future, if it's Tuesday for you, if you're from the future, hit me up. We're gonna work together. We're gonna win this thing. We're gonna win this thing. It's so great to have you, beautiful people, here on this beautiful day, on this beautiful afternoon. It's so bright outside. Look how bright it is out there. It's usually so dark, but look at that. Look at the brightness. Look at that bag of hats. That box. That's not a bag. It's a box of hats. Look at how bright it is outside. It's wild. It's wild. What's the temperature? 10,000 degrees. That's what temperature is. Holy cannoli, JD. Welcome back. Welcome back. Yeah, so I made the mistake of streaming twice today, so that the bot's gonna be all crazy. The bot's gonna be all crazy. Is that a thing? It's gonna be very crazy. I want my point, JD. I'm sorry. Here, let me help you out with that. Let me help with that. I'm sorry, JD's ad. JD does dev. 100 JDs to you, my friend. I'm sorry. Hopefully that'll make up for a little bit, maybe a lot of it. I don't know. We just got to figure out what's the conversion from JDs to regular points. Give one JD. Give one. Could not add currency to user. Was there a typo name? I guess JD does dev doesn't exist. That's interesting. Oh, it's JD does dev 1. You have to change. You have the order of the parameters backwards. You got to do points give JD does dev 1. I'm sorry, CodeMuck, we ruined it. That little pity party there for him. The pity points. 1 point for messing up. Second point for being JD. JD, I'm so glad you're here, my friend. I'm so glad you're all here. Infinitani, your portal's implementation is looking fantastic. Apparently the conversion rate is 3 to 2. A ratio of 3 JDs to every 2 points. So we need to get, the inflation on that is, they used to be more valuable, I believe. Mars, it's wonderful to have you here. Kavajda Tisk, it's always a pleasure to see you, my friend. I'm glad I get to see you. I hope, I know sometimes it's hard to look at me, but you're always welcome to do so. 100 JDs to 10,000 incoming lamp. JD, it's a brilliant idea. It's a brilliant idea. People are going to be so disappointed when they get those 10 million points. People are going to be so disappointed when they get those. I was kind of surprised no one pulled their points together yet. Although 10 million points is a lot of points. JD, it's wonderful to have you. Alchemy, welcome back. I hope you're having a beautiful day. Folks, we're here to spread the good word about Captain Coder's Learn You a Game Jam coming up June 19th. It's only 15 days, 16 hours, 44 minutes, and 52 seconds away. So get ready for it. Get ready. It's coming. It's coming. Are you ready? It's coming, folks. Get ready for it, because Captain Coder's Learn You a Game Jam is here for everybody. It's here for all you beautiful people. We're going to have so much fun learning and coding and growing together as a crew. So we are so ready, CodeBuck. I'm glad you're so ready for it. I know I'm ready. So I'm super excited to have you folks excited about it. And so in the spirit of Captain Coder's Learn You a Game Jam, in the spirit of learning stuff, I'm going to try and learn some new stuff every day, or at least practice learning some new stuff. It's been a hot minute since I jammed. I think I'm going to try to enter Alchemy. I'm so excited. We jam on. Jam on, Alchemy. Jam on. What have we been working? 2 streams in 1 day. What is this sorcery, BK? I'm sorry about your points. I'm sorry about your points there. Welcome back to the stream. Here, let me fix that for you. There you go. Bonus point just for you. I apologize. We stream twice a day, so it's all confusing. But it's wonderful to have all of you here. We are learning us a visual script. Here. We are making a little space game in Unity using Unity's visual scripting program. So we were working on this earlier today. We got a spaceship that we can move around. We got some bounding, so we get bounded on the screen here. That asteroids don't hurt us yet. They don't hurt us yet. And then we can really just blast these things here, but we can work on destroying these. We got a generator, so we've written a bunch of little. Written is such a funny word. We've created a bunch of little scripts. We've created a bunch of little scripts using Unity's visual scripting. JD always does 2 streams a day. There's nothing wrong with that. I think consistency is the most important point. Your people need to know when you're gonna be on. And then I also think streaming this time of the day is just hot competition. Hot competition. Anytime I stream in the afternoon, I only get a few. I'm not gonna say anything, but there's so many great streamers on right now. It's hot competition. I find that by streaming at a time that no one wants to stream, I do pretty well. I find that streaming at a time that no one else wants to stream, I do pretty well. So that's what's my secret. Just do what no one else wants to do. Yeah. You can be the best at doing what no one else wants to. Only your strongest soldiers appear. It's hot competition when you're around. Yeah. Find a niche. Find a niche. A nice E. Okay, so what do I want to add to this? So we have our game here. Careful. We're not on your stream, JD. Nice try, though. We're not on your stream. We are working on... All right, so what do I want to add next? This is the real question. What do I want to add next? I have my ship. I can shoot stuff. Things spawn. They despawn. I guess we should make it so that the player can take some damage. They can get hit here. I used to stream during this time, but that's my evening nighttime, so it made me sleep through the day then and totally not be suited to live in society. That'll happen as well. This is why I stream as soon as I get up. I stream pretty much right after I wake up. I find for me, that's what works best. I get up and I code in the day. I code anyway, and so might as well hop on, do it live, let's hang out with people. And do it that way. It keeps me a little bit productive. Okay, let's make it so our ship can take some damage. You find your standing desk is worth the money? Yeah, because I have a very inexpensive standing desk. Let me go find the standing desk that I use. Give me a second here. I think it was like 100 USD. So it costs less than most desks is the thing. Let me go find the exact one. I'm looking in my order history here. Give me a second. This is the standing desk. This is the actual, okay, so it's a little bit, I think I got it on sale. What is the duration of Jan? It's 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Unity pixel perfect collisions? No. Pixel perfect. Ain't nobody needs pixel perfect on these high resolution screens. Yeah, so this is the one I have. And I love it. It works great. It's a workhorse. It does what I need it to do. And then I have a little attachment for my keyboard, so I have a little bit of extra space on it. But this thing works great, and it has a motor in it, so it goes up and down on its own. I don't have to strain myself to lift it up because I'm so weak. I just let the machine do it. Yeah, so 189. I think I got it on sale. There's even less expensive ones too, but it's like the cost of a nice desk anyway. This is why I felt so dumb when I ended up getting my first standing desk. Like, I had back pain, and my back pain went away overnight for me. Literally overnight went away, and I was going, I can't believe I didn't get one of these sooner. And I didn't get one because I thought they were too expensive. And then I found out how inexpensive, I shouldn't say inexpensive, how affordable they can be, depending on where you are in the world. But this worked really well for me. It's dropping $200 on something can be expensive for some people, but for me, it was a quality of life thing that I wish I had done sooner. Oh, nice. Got yours paid for? Very nice. Very nice. Maybe I should get high cholesterol. You know what, JD? I have an idea here. I could just eat a lot of egg yolks, and then I can then maybe I can get a new standing desk. Maybe if I eat enough egg yolks. You think I get a standing desk if I eat enough egg yolks, JD? Oh, what's wrong with me? What's wrong with me? Okay, so we have these. I think the doctor just chose a reason for me. Oh, gotcha. So the doctor was able to help you out there. That's a good doctor. That's a good doctor. Our player needs to be able to get hit and take damage. Our player needs to be able to get hit and take damage. There are some damage sprites here that are interesting. So I'm gonna take this. These look like they're supposed to go on our ship, but I'm not sure they work on... Which ship sprite am I using? I'm using this one. Player ship 1 red. So I'm wondering if this matches up here. Let's add these damage sprites in. Skydriver submitted my game in the last minute of the jam. That's a lot of stress. I can't understand why some torture themselves on a weekly basis with jams. I know, right? Contrast Captain, there is only one way to solve this. Get on Zwift while you are coding. Yeah, I should. I have a treadmill. I have a walking treadmill that I've done in the past. I think this is supposed to be attached to player ship 1. These 3 are for player ship 1. So I'm going to take these. I'm going to add them into my project. So I'm going to get my project window open here. I'm going to go into my sprites, and we're going to add these. And I'm going to call these damage. Try and set Coder doing some shoot 'em up. We're shooting 'em up. That's right, Proton, a space shmup, as the youngins call it, a space shmup. That's exactly right. So we're gonna see if we can't get that going here. So on my player object, let's move it up here. I should probably make it a prefab, but on my player object, what I want to do, so let's get my player here. Get my player here. Playa. Get my player. They have this sprite renderer. I want to add a subcomponent of this called damage. This is going to be our damage. Or I could add like an upper layer, but I think I'm going to add this in here. It's going to be a damage layer that I'm going to put on my... I'm going to add this sprite in here just to see... I don't know why. I wanted to put it in the center of the screen for some reason. And then I'm going to move this to a higher layer so it'll appear in the front. There we go. So we start getting some damage with that. And the idea being, as we take damage, it's going to turn this up like that. So we'll see the damage showing up. Can I apply an albedo to get a better... I don't like the... Maybe that albedo? What do we think? What do we think? How does it look? That looks... I'm not a hit. This damage doesn't look great, but we're gonna go with it. We're gonna cut this. We'll put this up here. Guess what was cool? Late 80s shmups. Them shmups damage sprite like this. So the idea being that as we take damage, we're just gonna swap this in. Just spam. That's what I'm saying. That it's supposed to be damage, but it doesn't look like damage. That's okay. That's okay. We're gonna deal with it. We're gonna deal with it. And so the SEUCK on C64. I haven't heard of that one, but you know, it's supposed to be damage, Smab. It's supposed to be the damage, and that's the story, and that's what I'm sticking to it. That's the story, and I'm sticking to it. So. The question is, there's this thing called a state. I don't think I really need a state machine for this. Yeah, so what I want to do is I want a variable for my player that is damage. So when we take damage, the damage is going to increase damage like this. And as this number increases, we'll make it a float. YouTube search for it, SEUCK. All right, just to make sure, just to be safe, SEUCK. Shoot 'em up construction kit. Oh, that sounds cool. I never even heard of this. That's so cool. So cool. So you can like build your own. What the hey? That's awesome. It's a game creation system for the Commodore 64, Amiga, and Atari, created by Sensible Software and published by Outlaw. In 1987, it allows users to make simple shoot 'em up by drawing sprites and backgrounds and editing attack patterns. The advertisement of the kit and the phrase by the programmers of Whizball and Parallax. That is so cool. I've never heard of this. Proton, this looks really cool. This would totally get some people like super excited about making games. What a cool idea. And in 1987, nonetheless. Awesome. All right, so we have this damage variable. And what maybe. All right, so if I was writing this as a script, I would write this a different way. Because we have damage. All right, I'm just going to have damage here, and the float's going to increase. And we're going to go up to 100. 100 is when we'll get destroyed. And the idea here is to make it so as our damage increases, the player thing, this will decrease. This is 0 to 25, 25 to 50, 50 to 75, 75 to 100. That's what I'm going to do. Those are going to be our states. So we have 100 damage we can sustain. And as we go through, it's going to change it. I'm kind of wondering, I want to change like the state, which sprite I'm using. So let's go into, we have a player, we have our variables, we have our player movement, we have our player fire controller. And let's go ahead and add in our like player damage controller. Just gonna add another script machine. I wonder if it's normal to have multiple script machines on the same object. I'm not sure. It might, because you can create these subgraphs. It might actually make sense to more have one script machine and then you use like subscripts that you put in here. This man wants to know if it's the same company that Pinball Construction Kit. Does anyone know? All right, so we're gonna do a script here, or yeah, I guess it's a script. This is gonna be our damage sprite controller. So this is gonna be the sprite. It's gonna adjust damage sprite controller, and this is gonna be adjusts the damage sprite based on the amount of damage sustained. Okay. Go ahead and edit our graph. I'm going to pull these off to the side here. The idea here is that I need to know the game objects itself, right? So I need to have a reference to, it's a couple things I need. My object, I have the damage coming in. I also need a reference to the sprite renderer I want to modify. Sprite renderer. And this is going to be our sprite renderer. And I don't know if I should call it sprite renderer or something else like this. And so now we should be able to set this in our inspector. So it's going to have a sprite renderer. And I'm going to come up here to my variables. So I have a sprite render, and the sprite render is going to be the one on the player's damage here. So it's our damage sprite. So now we have a reference to that. What I want to do, so the kind of lame way to do it would be just in my update, see how much damage I have and change my sprite that way. So that's one way I can do it. I feel like I could do it more on a custom event that I don't know how to use custom events, but essentially when I take damage, I should have demonstrate. I'm going to do a sort of lazy way right now. And then I'm going to go see if I can read the documentation or find examples about how to. One thing that I think is really lacking, and this is based on 2 days of doing this, is that I cannot seem to find very many tutorials or information about using visual scripting. And it could be that I'm just not looking, or that Bing is not giving, I've been using Bing instead of Google. Bing might not be giving me back good like returns on it. So we'll see. We'll see here though. But on update, I'm going to check my damage. Okay, so I'm gonna take my damage, and then I want to select my sprite. Ooh, so I'm gonna need another variable here. This one can be a graph variable. Doesn't have to be on the object. I suppose I can move it to the object, and then have different damage states for different ships. Dungeon and Dimples, I am fabulous. 2 late days in a row. In fact, I did a stream earlier today. It's because we're getting pumped. We're getting ready. We're out here. We're promoting Captain Coders Learn You a Game Jam. Captain Coders Learn You a Game Jam. That's what we're promoting. Look, I got my privacy. Whoop. You can't see me. You can't see me. Welcome back, Dungeons and Dimples. Great to have you here. My here command's all crazy today. People can't use it if they did it earlier. But yeah, I'm out here promoting. I'm scooting and booting and getting the word out. The good word on Captain Coders Learn You a Game Jam. Sorry, I'm getting distracted here. Dimples, I hope you've been well. We are here updating. Yeah, so let's create. All right, we need another value here. It should be a search browser name. Bang, and searches should cost money, so you can say your search was a bang for your buck. No worries, Dimple. Have a beautiful day. It's late for you. Yeah, that's right. You usually that's wild. You stream late. It's only 2:30 p.m. for me. Mars, no worries. No worries. Please don't leave. Mars, I need you. I need you, Mars. Don't leave me. Don't leave me alone with my thoughts. All right, so here we go. We're gonna create we need another variable here. So we have our sprite render. We have our damage sprites as well. We have our damage sprites. And this is gonna be an array. Can I do array of, I can't. I have to do a list of sprites here. So this is interesting to me. I don't know how to do arrays here. I feel like I should be able to. Can I do collection of? I can do lists though. All right, so we're gonna add in our different sprites here. So these are my project here. I'm gonna add in damage 1. I'm gonna do a none. Hang on, it's actually none. Damage 1, damage 2, damage 3, like this. Marshall, happy Monday. Great to see you. I hope you're excited about Captain Coders Learn You a Game Jam. Have a beautiful night, Dungeon Dibbles. Thank you so much for popping in. Remember to keep being awesome. I'll see you again soon. I can't wait to see your new games. I can't wait to see your new games. Okay, so on update, based on the amount of damage we have, we're gonna select a sprite. My initial thought is that we can calculate an index. So we do integer. I guess I have to calculate it somehow. We're gonna do math. We're gonna do a division or a divide. I want to take the amount of damage I have and I want to divide it by 25. Will I be making portals too? Yeah. So I started it. I closed it here. I actually started it on Sunday, and I have the teleportation of the portal working. Kind of. I have the teleportation working. There's a bunch of edge cases I haven't completely worked out on it, but yes, I'm going to do it. I plan to do so. Great question. Great question. Whoa. What is this? Insta fluff. Insta fluff. Fluffy Irish raid. Thank you for raiding me today. We got Insta fluff. Thank you for being here. Insta fluff. Thank you so much for the raid. How was your stream? What were you up to? Folks, be sure to give him a follow. Let's give you Insta fluff. Great to see you on this beautiful day. What were you working on? Tell us all about it. I'm so glad you're here. We are, it's so nice to have you here. InstaFluff, if you got a raid and run, no worries. Thank Raiders. Welcome in. I am Captain Coder. Captain Coder is me. Me as a computer science educator. I teach. My full-time job is teaching computer science and programming to young people at a school for ages 10 to 14. And this stream is dedicated to learning and coding and growing together as a crew. And in the spirit of that, I am hosting a game jam this month called Captain Coders Learn You a Game Jam. It was we were learning Unity. Iris John said we should come here. Well, I'm glad you're here. You're learning Unity. I'm learning about Unity's visual scripting tool. visual scripting tool. So I'm so excited about that.
Whoa.
Oh, Irish John, the double raid. Irish John, I'd like to welcome you to the stream now. Irish John, thank you for the raid. We got Insta, Fluff, and Jern raiding the captain today. You know, we got Insta, Fluff, and Jern. All the greatest people are here. Irish John, Insta Fluff, thank you guys so much for the raids. The double raid, holy cannoli. You're blowing my mind. You are blowing my mind. You guys are incredible. So glad you're here. We got the whole gang is here. There's so much happening in that chat. I'm never going to be able to keep up. Too much tomato. It's wonderful to have you here. Science Balint, I hope you're doing well. Sigma Zippy, welcome to the stream. Bit Gamey, Nano Dev, Irish John, AJ Crows, Kadra, you guys are all wonderful. Yogo Rock Bowler, Dev Merlin, so many new people. I can't even keep up. We got InstaFluff, Cadre, AJ Crows. Thank you guys so much for the follows. You guys are, whew, I'm sweating. I'm sweating. It's getting spicy in here. It's getting spicy in here. Cap calls out 120 names for 10 minutes. It's true. That's probably what I would do. It's so great to have all you beautiful people here. Thank you guys so much for the raids. What are we working on here? We are preparing for Captain Coder's Learn You a Game Jam. What are we doing? We're preparing for Captain Coder's Learn You a Game Jam. But don't take my word for it. Let's listen to this guy talk about it. Hang on. I messed something up. There it is. Welcome to Captain Coder's Learn You a Game Jam. I am Captain Coder. Captain Coder is me, and me is a computer science educator, and Captain Coder wants you to learn something new about game dev, whether it's your first time programming, whether it's the first time doing pixel art, whether it's the first time making music, whether it's the first time working on a team. I want you to learn something new, because in this community, we learn and code and grow together as a crew. In this game jam, the goal isn't to make the best game possible. The goal is to learn as much as possible, and I believe you can do it. And when you submit a game to this game jam, you are encouraged to also submit a devlog, blog, or vlog describing the resources you used, what you learned, and how others can utilize it. That said, just by submitting a devlog, vlog, or blog, you are entered to win $50. We're going to be doing 5 drawings here. 5 unique people will win $50 just by learning something new and sharing it with the community. Additionally, myself and 2 other guest judges will be reviewing all of the devlog, vlogs, or blogs to see which one we think is the most educational and learn something. Beautiful person. You don't have to be beautiful. $250, and it could be you just for learning something. So join the Discord, check us out on Twitch, and we hope you have a wonderful time with this game jam. Join Captain Coder's Learn You a Discord, Learn You a Game Jam. Captain Coder's Learn You a Game Jam.
You in the back. Pay attention.
It's gonna be a blast, folks. It's gonna be awesome. Let's unenhance here. It's going to be incredible. You could win. You can win $750 in prizes are happening, folks. So be there or be a square. If you want to be a square, that's okay. But we love to have you in here. If you get John, Jern, if you got a raid and run, no worries. Yeah, it's right. Captain Coder and Captain Coder in the same place. This game jam's not about making the coolest game. It's about learning something awesome. Redoni, you could totally win. Anyone can win. I want you to learn something and then share what you learned with the community, share how you did it. And then just by doing that, you're entered to win 5. Look, you don't even look, 5 people are going to win $50 just for participating, And then 2 people are going to win $250 each for producing what we consider to be the best. So I'm super excited about it. I cannot wait to have you guys in here. So that's part out for me. Dev Merlin, that's okay. It doesn't you can write it. It can be written. There's 2 prizes. Check it out. There's 2 prizes. One is for the best blog, and one is for the most educational video. So best educational writing and best educational video or podcast. I need to update this to say podcast. Also, be sure to go vote on the themes, folks. Or not vote, suggest your themes. Suggest your themes. Exactly. If you're learning Unity, awesome. What are you learning about it? In that vein, in that spirit, I have been learning. Jern, did you know there was a visual scripting language in Unity? He's the dev behind Pixel Plus. You guys met before. Really awesome. Theme is portals. I think portals might win. I didn't know this. Look, I'm playing around with this. We started this morning. We're making a shooter here. I'm super glad. Too much tomato. I'm so glad to have you here, my friend. So we've put this together using the visual scripting language here. And it's been so much fun. There's some downsides. It feels like it takes up a lot of space, but look, Jern, check out how cool this is. Everyone, check out how cool this is. Watch this. All right, so I have my game window here. Want to see how cool debugging is? Let me go to my player here. I'm gonna go to my player. I'm gonna edit my movement graph. Watch this. Watch this. I'm debugging. Something's wrong with my code. I'm moving around. It shows me how the data is flowing through this. It shows me how the data is flowing through. When I press my left key, my right key, it changes my vector here. It shows how that data transforms. So we have a speed variable. It happens to be 10. And then as I move, it shows that value changing. It's so cool. Watch, even better. Maybe I want to change locks. Maybe I want to do a different thing here. I want to reattach these things. What do I want to do? I want to change which vector. I can just do it at runtime. I can do it at runtime. I don't even have to stop play mode to change it. It's freaking cool. It's amazing. Essentially, yeah. And apparently I've had this for a while. I'm really enjoying it. I think this is going to be a good bridge for my classes, the classes I teach that go from learning Unity to coding. It's had Bolt for a long time, but I didn't realize quite how good it was. I'm having a blast with it. That said, it feels way verbose. This hits PlayFab's business. I'm not sure. Gotcha. So cool. Thank you so much for the red. Righty Roo. Thank you for following me today. And brave Emily Tentacle. You know that I love you today. Thank you for following. Thank you for following me. Thank you for the follow. All right, folks. So I was just in the process. I'm learning about this. I don't know everything there is to know about. I've only been using this for 2 days. Visual scripting. I've only been doing the visual scripting for 2 days. Having a blast with it, though. Gee, welcome back to the stream. It's great to have you here, my friend. Whew, it's spicy in here. It's hot. We were trying to add in damage. Toak, welcome to the stream. Great to see you again, my friend. We are working on adding a script here for managing our players' damage. Okay, so I go to my scene here. I have my ship, my player ship, and I want to be able to swap in on my player has this damage sprite. As the damage increases, I want to change out this overlay sprite to show the damage on the player. It's a pretty terrible sprite, but I didn't make it. That's okay. Look. It's actually not that bad. It looks like rust or camouflage. I don't quite understand why it's this color. But what I've done is I've set up this script. I've set up a script for my player, and we're gonna work on getting that script to show this damage based on the amount of damage that's come in. My goal here, my plan is I have this list of damage sprites. So none, so this is gonna be, as my damage goes up, this is the percentage of damage here that's gonna happen. So I'm gonna divide my damage here is, if I get to 100, I die. That's the idea. If I take 100 damage, my ship gets destroyed. I want to make it so that I take the amount of damage, I'm gonna divide it by 25, and then that's gonna give me back an integer that I can use as an index into this list to pull out the sprite I want to use. So let's add in a new node here. I'm gonna add in a float, and this float's just gonna be 25. Let's make it an integer. Let's make it an integer. Integer. This is interesting. I'm really curious how this works here. 3:30 a.m. Woof. That's late. That's like when I wake up. Have you been up this whole time, Tani? That's when I wake up. I'm usually asleep by 6, 7 o'clock. Not really. I'm in bed by 7, 8 o'clock. I'm up by 3:30. Nap a little bit. So we have this here. It's coming out. We got a number. I want to use this as an index into my damage sprites here. Okay. So I want to do my list.get item. Is that what it is? List. Let's get list get Where did it go? I did it in my other one. Let's just look at our list. Get list item. That's what it is. So I get my list item. We're going to pull out this index here. 17 hours. That's a long time to be awake. It's a long time to be awake. So we have our damage sprites here. So we're going to pull out this item here. And then we are just going, so I'm a little bit nervous about this. We need to, so there's going to be a weird bug here, maybe, possibly. We're going to make it so that way in our update, and I want to add a different event of like when we take damage, do this. Our sprite renderer, Vito Asp, welcome to the stream. Vito ASP, Vito ASP, thank you for following me. Welcome to the stream, my friend. Glad to have you here on this beautiful day. I hope you're having a beautiful day. Let's get this sprites out. The idea is this is going to be the index we have. We're going to use this. Oh, we already got it. Hang on. We already got it out. We need to set our sprite renderer. Sprite renderer to dot set sprite. So we get our sprite. We're going to set it to this. And then the sprite render, we're going to set it on, happens to be this one. So it's all this wiring up here. Boom, like that. And so in our update, we just do this. Okay. All right. Let's try it. All right. So all this data is flowing through. All this data is flowing through. Let's test it out. If my damage goes up to 25. It's hard to see. Yeah, I have the little bit of damage on there. Can I zoom in? Zoom in. Yeah, I have the damage. If my damage goes up to 50, notice my damage increases there. Might be a little bit hard to see. Siler, welcome back to the stream. If I go up to 75, oh, hang on, that's interesting. 50, 1, 2, 50, 60. Why does 70 do that? 70 divided by 25? Oh, that's 70. It's because of the it's like cutting it off there. There's something doing it here. 75 divided by 25, 80, 90. Yeah, so we run into an error here. This is a little surprising. We need to make sure we cap it off. Why is it? Let's look at it. We can watch, look, we can debug, we can watch how the values are being divided out here. So when I hit 70, this became 2.8, which is rounding up. That's what's happening. It's rounding it. It's rounding it. And I want it to be an integer. Can I change this to integer division? That's interesting. I want it to be integer. If I make this an integer, now it'll work the way I want. Okay, we could do that. Make it integer. When we hit 75, it wraps around to 3. And then if I get up to 99, I'm still okay. As soon as I hit 100, we can no longer index in here. So I have an issue about indexing. So what we want to do, because if we've hit 100, we done exploded. We done exploded. I want to add in a sort of max, a call to our math.max. So I'm gonna do a math.min. All right, math.min. And we're gonna say 100, or sorry, 99. We can't go up to 100. It's gonna be 99 is the maximum we're gonna have here. Disconnect that. Have this flow in here. Ooh, we have to call math. We can't, ooh, that's interesting. So we're gonna have this. That is interesting. Because I have to have this be part of a call. Right? So this has to come through like this. We have to actually call this math.min somewhere. That makes sense. Okay. So let's just adjust this so it's a little bit prettier, maybe. I don't know if it's prettier or uglier. All right. So we will never select beyond the 4th index here. Never select beyond the 4th index. Yeah, never set beyond the 4th index. As our damage increases, it keeps getting higher. I'm having a lot of fun with it, Noli. Welcome back to the stream. It's great to see you. I hope you're having a beautiful day. So Now let's go ahead and test it out here. Go ahead and hit run. And as my player's damage increases, let's try 20. 0, 1, 2. Why is it 20? Why is this point? Oh, I was in play mode when I switched to the data type. This needs to be an integer. Still have some stuff where you don't want to modify this during play mode. The data types, the variable names, that sort of stuff you can't modify during play mode. It's interesting because you can modify the graph, but some certain things over here you can't modify. 20, 25, 50, 75, 75 sort of our max. Midnight soon in good old Germany. Have to sign off. Enjoy the stream. Intensico, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much. Have a beautiful day. Remember to keep coding, keep growing, keep being the best you can be. You're welcome back anytime. I'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow night my time. So I hope to see you then. We're gonna be on a lot this month. Oh, I still have. Interesting. Oh, this shouldn't be 99. This should be 3. This should be 3 here. Because it's the max index that we want to be able to pull something out from. Let's try it now. 100. All right, we're safe. Even if we go up to 1,000 damage, we're not going to dereference that. It pull the wrong index out. So here's what I want to do this. Rather than doing A here, I'm going to get the size of my array, of my list. I'm going to pull this in here again. I wonder if this is interesting. Can I use list count? List. Oh, it's collection count. Collection.count. Count items. Okay. We get the number of items in here. And so this will prevent us from going above the maximum number. So really maybe a clamp from 0 to this so we can't go below. So if we have like negative value as well. There's a lot going into wiring this up. That's one thing. I feel like the code can kind of be a little bit more concise, but it's cool to watch the data flow through it. Oh, Alchemy, you're correct. You are correct. -1. So we have to do a -1. Minus, subtract. You are correct. So we're gonna get count. I would have gotten there, probably, maybe. We're gonna output this, and then when you do a -1 here, so stuff like this, integer, literal 1. This feels a little bit difficult to do some of this math stuff. Visually off by 1, that's right. Okay. So there are some things that would be nice. Subtract. Maybe they do have a node in here, subtract. Oh, they do have this. Hang on. Let's pull this in here. Subtract this by 1. Okay. So they do have that. It's like, it's annoying that I have to do that. I wonder if I can do multiply. Multiply by scalar. Oh, it's divide. Divide by a scalar. Divide by 25 so I can get rid of this. Oh, nice. Nice. Simplify it. Simplify it. There we go. Now, okay, so our object comes in during our update. It's interesting that this min has to be here. It's because it's a function call. It's a method call. It has to be there, but count is kind of a method call. So this is interesting that I don't have to do it for this one. But to get that flow here, it's a little bit surprising. Okay, but that's okay. Damage sprites. We could potentially reuse this same thing here, but I'm okay with that. Tom, Great to see you again. I hope you're having a beautiful day. Happy Monday, my friend. Welcome back to the stream. Okay, so now let's see here if I go up to 25 damage, 50 damage, 75, 750, 100. We're okay. All right, so we have our damage script here. One thing that would be nice, I guess I need to make things damage me. I'm calling this every frame. I kind of want to create a custom event and I don't know how. So I was going to go look at Unity's documentation for this to see if we could figure out how to do custom events in Unity's visual scripting. Visual scripting Unity, custom event. Let's go take a look, see if we can find it here. Also, folks, I should have given a shout out to Irish John Games. I'm so sorry, John, I forgot. Irish Jern, and thank you again for the raid. Irish Jern is an incredible streamer, software developer, has Micro Prose as his publisher, making this incredible game here called Rise of Piracy. You gotta go check it out. You gotta go check it, you gotta go wishlist it. It's gonna be one of the best games out there. Real-time strategy game, single player, multiplayer. It's gonna be epic. It's gonna be epic. Jern, again, thank you so much for the raid. Folks, be sure to go give Jern a follow. Thank you again. Let's get this, I'm gonna pull this up, here we go. Sism92, welcome to the stream, and Gun Trotting Idiot, what a name. Gun Trotting Idiot, welcome to the stream. Happy to have you here, what a name. Let's look at how to make custom events here. I'm gonna let this play, just opening this up so we have it when it's time. But yeah, this game's gonna be epic. I gotta update this trailer. I'm pretty sure there's a much better trailer these days. Yeah, great to have you here, Gun Trotting. You know I love you, Gun Trotting. Thank you for following me today. Thank you for the follow. So custom events here. Event triggers or start a chain of logic and script based on a specific occurrence in your application. Some event types, such as onStart, onUpdate, exist by default. These event nodes tell visual scripting to run the nodes they're connected to after the script graph starts on every frame while the script is active. You can also create your own scripting events to specify conditions for when a script graph logic runs. Visual scripting has two types of custom events. Custom event nodes use custom event nodes and custom event trigger nodes to raise simple custom events that don't require complex logic. Custom scripting events create your own custom scripting event nodes to raise more complex event logic. I really want it to be on like a Unity event. Let's take a look. Custom event nodes. Custom event nodes are always accessible from the Fuzzy Finder. You don't need to write your own code to use these custom events in a script graph. They don't require an event listener. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna need an event listener. So like when my damage changes, when the variable gets set. You can use the custom event node to create multiple custom events as long as you give each event a unique name. You can also use custom number of arguments that custom event can send. All right. Okay. For more information, add a custom event node to trigger a custom event as, okay, so we might look into that. Custom scripting event on my custom event. You can create a custom scripting event node with C# script. With C# you can customize all aspects of your custom scripting event, such as which categories to use. For more information, see custom scripting event nodes. Okay. I'm wondering if I would like to be able to say when I take damage. I'm going to say when this damage variable changes. So I almost, so in C# code, I would have a method damage here and when the damage changes. But let's look at custom event. Let's look at this. As I'm wondering, okay, this doesn't one argument, two arguments. I'm curious how to trigger this. A one argument could just be event here.
Whoa.
Oh my goodness, we're getting so many raids today. Practical NPC. Thank you for raiding me today. We got Practical NPC, you know it's practical to be an NPC. Practical, thank you so much for the raid. How was your stream? What were you working on? Practical. Folks, if you guys don't know Practical MC, I'm sure you do. Incredible game dev, incredible programmer, incredible human. Go check him out. He's making a game called Memory. Game of the year. Look, I'm a raider. Look, Captain Coder's a raider now. Captain Coder's a raider now. Practical NPC, how was your stream? What were you working on? Tell us all about it. Just some level design for Memory. Gotcha. I can't wait to play. I couldn't miss the chance to raid the captain. Yeah, we're doing, I'm out here pushing hard. We're promoting Learn You a Game Jam. Folks, raiders, welcome in. If you love game dev, if you want to learn about game dev, if you just want to learn something new, I can't help but say, go check out Captain Coder's Learn You a Game Jam. We're going to watch this one more time. I know. It's because I want to get people out here who are missing my stream normally, which we're streaming a little bit later here. We're going to be streaming a bunch off schedule this month to promote Captain Coder's Learn You a Game Jam. For raiders coming in, check this out. I hope you'll consider joining Captain Coder's Learn You a Game Jam. It's not about making the coolest game ever. Hello and welcome to Let him explain it though. Learn You a Game Jam. I am Captain Coder. Captain Coder is me, and me is a computer science educator. And Captain Coder wants you to learn something new about game dev, whether it's your first time programming, whether it's the first time doing pixel art, whether it's the first time making music, whether it's the first time working on a team. I want you to learn something new because in this just want you to learn something new. Oh, it's too quiet. Thank you for the heads up. Why didn't anyone tell me last time it was so quiet? Yeah, I didn't realize that. Let's fix it. Community, we learn and code and grow together as a crew in this game jam. The goal isn't to make the best game possible. The goal is to learn as much as possible, and I believe you can do it. And when you submit a game to this game jam, you are encouraged to also submit a devlog, blog, or vlog describing the resources you used, what you learned, and how others can utilize it. That said, just by submitting a devlog, vlog, or blog, you are entered to win $50. We're going to be doing 5 drawings here. 5 unique people will win $50 just by learning something new. Just for submitting, you're entered to win $50. 5 people will be there, sharing it with the community. Additionally, myself and 2 other guest judges will be reviewing all of the devlog, vlogs, or blogs to see which one we think is the most educational, and one beautiful person is going to win $250, and it could be you just for learning something. $250 to the grand prize winners, one $250 prize to someone. There it went, Tani. One $250 to whoever writes the most educational, and then another $250 whoever produces the most educational video or podcast. So join the Discord, check us out on Twitch, and we hope you have a wonderful time with this game jam. Join the game jam. There. I can't wait to see what you guys make. I can't wait to see what we produce for the community to explore. Oh, I got that fix. Thank you so much. Oh. Thank you guys so much. I bet that's loud as heck because of the double audio there. All right, folks, so good. Go check out Captain Coder's Learn You a Game Jam. Suggest a theme. Get on it. I can't wait to see you guys there. It's going to be awesome. Last year was awesome. This year's going to be awesome. It's going to be a great summer. I cannot kind of tell you how excited I am. And in that vein, in that spirit, I'm trying to learn something new every day here. And right now I'm learning about visual scripting. Unity's visual scripting, which I'm having a lot of fun with. It's been super fun. It's been super cool to learn about. So I hope you guys will join me in the learning journey and help the community grow with us. All right, so I'm trying to do this custom event. I don't know how to trigger this. So this is the thing I'm trying to do. Last year, I remember not even knowing how buttons work to go. See how far you've come, Tommy? It's awesome. I can barely make that. This year, I can barely make that. I didn't even know what a button was last year. You're making awesome stuff this year. That's awesome. Amita Bosslight. Amita. Oh, Amita. I'd like to welcome you to the crew today. We got Amita. Amita Boss Light, you know I love you. Thank you for the follow. Seeing you not, Cody, makes me feel like I'm in another dimension. I kind of feel like I'm in another dimension myself. It's super weird. I think it's going to be great for teaching people how, some of my students, the bridge from using Unity to understanding the engine a little bit more to coding. I think it's going to be an awesome tool for that. We're going to find out next year. I'm going to build up a course using visual scripting, all the way from no coding to visual scripting to programming C# scripts. I want to build a curriculum for that. Practical NPC with the Q-list. Oh no, not Practical Infinitani with the Q. It's because it says on my screen here, it shows Practical NPC. I was like, Practical NPC with the Q-list. Let's do it. Let's do it. Q-list. Let's Q-list it up. Folks, are you ready for some Q-list? Help me with the Q-list here. Q-list, for anyone who's new here. If anyone's new here, hasn't seen Q-list before, this is a Scrabble-like solitaire game. We're gonna play it as a crew. We take these dice. They have beautiful letters on them. We shake these dice. We roll them. Roll these dice here. And now we have to make a grid, all connected. This is gonna be interesting. E, E, I. So we have to do 3 letters or longer for every word. Yeah, I love this game. I play it frequently. One of my favorite games of all time. So, for example, yes would be a word, but ye, I don't know if that's actually a real word, ye can't be done because it's only 2 letters. So it have to have a minimum of 3 letters per word, and all the letters have to be connected in a grid. So if you see some words, if you see a word you like, let me know, and we'll play it with. We'll fix it up here. We're gonna go ahead. So I got ride. All right, ride, bride. Ooh, even better. Bridal. Is bridal L-E or E-L? Someone double check. Bridal. Oh, I bet it's A-L. Bride. I bet it's A-L. I'm bad. You see misery? Bridal is a town. Let's go check the Scrabble dictionary. Misery. Misery is a good one. M-I-S-E-R-Y. That uses up all the Y. That's good. Birdie. Bird, because we have so many. All right, so we can do bird, and then we got help. It's help a word? I don't think help's a word. Help. But hang on, we got it. If I switch these out here, check it out. Oh no, I can't. I thought I had it for a second. Do help? Yeah, help. Biddy, is biddy a word? Biddy, B-I-D-I? Let's check the Scrabble dictionary. Biddy, I don't think biddy's the word. Biddy? Biddy's a word, a cigarette of India. All right, we did it, folks. We did it. This one was too easy. You learn a lot of words. I don't know. I feel like I learn words when I play this here. All right, let's add it to the Q-list Hall of Fame. Not shame. Q-list ply, high, bid. Yeah, there's a lot of options. All right, let's take a screenshot. We're gonna add it to the Q-list Hall of Fame over on the Discord. If you want to see Hall of Fame, I don't know why I'm saying Hall of Shame. This is nothing to be shameful here. This is a good one. We did great. Q-list Hall of Fame. Let's get some of the. My camera's too good. We see all these like hairs on my desk. Apparently, I'm shedding. I think it's my dog's hair. Let's take a screenshot here. Let's add this over to the Q-list Hall of Fame. All right, so join the Discord if you want to see all the things we've done here. Q-list, why can't I find you? Q-list Hall of Fame, there it is. Nice work, crew. We done did it. Biddy, misery, help. Very nice. Oh, I should have turned that light up. It's so bright. It's a good one. It's a good set there. All right, everybody. We done did it. Turn that dot cam off. Oh, you didn't see I was showing you the Discord here. There it is. All right. Thank you so much for that, Tommy. I appreciate it. Since we managed to finish it so quick, Too Much Tomato, thank you so much for hanging out. Folks, be sure to go check out Too Much Tomato as well. If you want to do some Pomodoro code-alongs, just a nice place to chill and code along with someone and a little bit of a community over there, go check out Too Much Tomato. Thank you so much for being here, my friend. Be sure to check him out. Great stuff going on over there. And Too Much Tomato, anytime if you ever finish, I don't know if you're still working on your game, you probably aren't. If you ever want to showcase it here, feel free to let me know. I'd love to bring you on, maybe do a little bit of a collab, and we can play it together. I could play it, give you some feedback, and get some feedback from the community. All right. So how do I trigger this custom event is sort of what I'm looking to do. How do I trigger this custom event? On keyboard input, trigger arguments. I want it to be based off of on collision. We need to, this is interesting. We might actually just be able to update this. Yeah, send me a message on Discord. I'd love to bring you on. I've seen your stuff. It's awesome. Some awesome games going on over there. Great programming. Any custom event trigger. Okay. I want to make it so that it's essentially on collision. Yeah. It's going to be when we take damage, something needs to come in. So this is like an on collider, on trigger, enter 2D. All right, so we're going to collide with an enemy. We want to say, does this thing cause damage to us? And so rather than doing the on update here, it's when we take damage, we're going to do something. Thank you for the lurk, Dramulks. Enjoy your lurk, my friend. So on trigger, enter 2D here. Custom event, yeah, there's so much going on here. I don't quite understand this. I might be able to do it without a custom event. We might be able to just do it on a trigger entering. I was thinking it would be whenever this variable changed, but I'm kind of wanting, zoom in here. It's interesting this has custom event trigger arguments. It says custom trigger event. Okay. So the question is, what is the trigger? What does the name of this mean? My event. Let me say custom event, my event. I can like pass those. Get a custom trigger node to trigger a matching custom event node in your application. For information on custom events, see custom events. I think that's the page I came from. Custom node to create multiple custom events as long as each event has a unique name. Index out of range exception was outside the bounds. For more on how to configure and use customs, add a custom event node. OpenScript right-click events. The game does indicate the game object on the node. Choose the game object where you want to create the event. Do one of the following. Okay. Select the object picture, attach a node. Leave this field here. In the argument, I'm wondering if this is going to add the event to the object. BD, thank you for the information, Tani. It's a sound that doesn't exist in English, so I wouldn't be able to say it unless I heard you say it, apparently. Yeah. let's try my events. Okay, on trigger enter. Arg 0, 1 missing arg. Oh, interesting. I was thinking, yeah, it has to like come. I want this to come from outside. I want to be able to like call this method. I'll also just do it this way. I'm gonna leave it this way for now. And then see about Charles. All right, let's keep going here. Okay, let's make it so that when an asteroid or a meteor hits us, we take damage. So this is our damage sprite controller. This might need to be just our damage controller. So I want an event that sends damage into this event. Charles Gang, that's right. It's great to see you here. I hope you're having a beautiful day. I just saw your name in the chat. I missed you earlier, but Charles, it's great to see you here. Another incredible streamer, folks. If you're not checking out Charles, be sure to check them out. Incredible stuff going on. It's so fun. Anytime we can make it over to your stream, super fun. Folks, be sure to click that button. You see this button right here? Click it. What are you waiting for? Go check out Charles. Charles Clevin. Cleveland? Is it Cleveland? I always say Clevin. I know it's not Clevin, but Charles, great to have you here. I want an input. Everything's event-based. Everything's event-based. Events. Hierarchy on transformed children change. I like an on variable change. Unity event. Interesting. Unity event. That's interesting. I don't know. Can I put a Unity event there? Sort of noodling around here. Input application editor. I want really it's kind of on collision enter 2D. When we take, we might apply some damage. I really think I want a subgraph that just does damage. So I'm wondering if this is actually a subgraph. Really, it's like my damage controller. And the only thing that really matters is that I have a damage sprite render and then a damage sprite. So it's like we can reuse this thing. It happens to be on my player, but I should be able to put this many places. Event. It's not really on start. It's like I want to fire this. There's like this trigger input. All right, so I need to do input. Input. My idea here is that we have a whole thing that just knows how to damage an object. Invoke. So this is a method. The idea is to treat this as a method. It's an invoke. We'll hide the label. And we are going to actually add, so one of our data inputs is going to be damage. And it's going to be an integer. And this is the amount of damage we're going to take. So we're going to take damage here, integer. So this damage is going to come in. And we want to actually do some math. So we're going to do an addition between our damage that's coming in and our player's current damage. And then the new value that we get, we're actually going to set. So we need to do set variable. This is a object variable. So when we run this, we're going to set the object's damage. We're going to increase it by this value. Now that we've increased that value, we run this check here. So we increase the damage, then we check to see which sprite we should be using. There's kind of no output on this node, but it's not an end node. So the output on this node, we need an output, and this is just going to be on finished. We're going to hide that label, and we're just going to flow into our output. I suppose we could output which sprite we are using now. That's an option, or the amount of damage we have, or maybe a Boolean saying whether or not we've been destroyed. Don't think it matters all that much, but here is the flow here. So our input, we say how much damage. So this whole thing is going to be like a take damage controller. We have an input or take damage. We have an input, it sets the damage, it flows through and performs the math to increase our damage, and then just continues that. It sets our sprite based on that. So we figure out which sprite whenever we take damage. Okay, so now in my player, I want to add in, so this is a subgraph. This isn't actually on our player itself. Let me go to my inspector here. On my player, I'm going to remove this particular is a take damage. Isn't what we want. It's going to remove this. It's going to be a subgraph. So this is a function call that we're going to use when we collide with something. Okay, so I'm going to create a script machine here. And I'm going to say, this one's going to be our player. When we hit something, so the question is, should I add this to my enemies, obstacles, and things that are that can do damage to the player? I think that's what I want to put it on. I don't think it belongs on the player. That said, that damage can only run on a player. Tani asks, are portals that only work on one side fine for mechanically challenged? Not as in one that don't support two-way teleportation, but ones that only work from one side of their mesh, because my brain is being fried in real-time making. The answer is, yeah, go for it. But will it be the best, most educational one? Maybe not. That said, you got a lot of time to keep working on it, right? So the answer to your question is, do your best. And if that is what you come up with because of brain drain, I've run into that. I didn't make my loops in the mechanic, the slopes and loops. I didn't want to go through and get my loops working completely, so I just kind of said, well, my slopes are quite good, but my loops are less than ideal. I think the answer to that question is yes, but keep in mind like what the outcome of that might mean. I don't know. Question, are portals that only work from one side fine? Ones that work from one side of their mesh. Because my brain. So you're saying like a single portal, but you can enter it from either side. I don't think that happens in the game Portal. It's always on a flat surface. So I think you're saying, can you have a portal that's like sitting just out in the world that has like two sides? I don't think you can do that in the original Portal game. Maybe their system allows for it, but I don't ever remember that. I would stick to just having it stuck to a wall, and then it would be on like one side of the wall. The other side wouldn't have the portal on it. I think it needs to be on my player. Yeah. Look at. So yeah, take damage. That's interesting. Let's go over to our script here. This is our let me rename this as damage. Take damage. This is take damage. We're taking damage here. We need an instance on this as well. So we need one more object. We need one more input. This is going to be a target. And this is going to be, I think it's, I'm not sure what to put here, but it needs to be the thing that we're looking up here. It's like game, maybe game object. It's going to be target. And this input here is going to be the target that we're calling all of this on. Yeah. This is something that is a little bit, and we may end up, see how I'm reusing this multiple places. I may just do this, say, hey, this value is coming into both, hang on. Damage, yeah, this is coming into both of these. I think I need to get it again because we set the value here. Don't like having to do this for all these places. Same with over here, sprite renderer. We're gonna have to go. This flowing out like that just feels so dirty. This like looks like spaghetti, right? Speaking of spaghetti, this looks like spaghetti over here. Maybe not so bad if I really pull these off. This is another one. This needs to be attached as well. Okay, so these are all attached. These are what variable it's attached to. So it's like I'm writing a method here. And so we're saying this function takes in our target as well as the amount of damage you want to do to that target. And then it propagates that value through. It's going to propagate that value all the way through here. I'm a little bit worried, yeah, about when things get set. I'm a little worried that this isn't going to pull the value properly. Let's go into, yeah, so now on my player, this isn't attached to an object, so there's just graph variables. Maybe we need to create a flow variable so that way there's like an intermediate variable in here. We'll find out. I think we might need one to clean it up a little bit. But this is our take damage script. I want to add a script to my player when they collide with anything that has deals damage to player variable, like an amount of damage on contact damage type thing. So my player, I need to add in a new script. Let me come in here and add it to my player object. We're going to add in a new script here. Script machine. And this script is going to be our the script that handles when our player collides with an enemy object. Player take, it's like player collision controller. Controller feels like a misnomer because the user's not doing anything, but it's like our handler might be a better word for it, but it's going to be the thing that's handling when the player takes down. So it's when on trigger enter. Okay. So when something enters, we want to see, is this thing an enemy? The thing that we're colliding with, does it have a damage variable? And so I don't know if we can check that. For now, what I can do is say, just do damage to our player. So I'm gonna do set subgraph. So this is how we like call our functions. And this subgraph is going to be using the take damage variable. Our target is this. And I'm going to just set the damage to be 5 or something so we can see if the damage actually increases. This is, I'm not sure if this works. We're going to create a float here, and I'm going to set the float to 5. It's going to take 5 damage anytime a trigger hits us. We don't care about the trigger right now. This is just me testing, does this flow through and does my damage update? All right, so my damage is here. I have 10. When I fire my laser is colliding with me, so it is updating my damage anytime I enter these things. I'm watching that, and you can see here, I don't know if you can, my sprite damage graphic is changing as I take more and more damage. Okay, so I can kind of write these methods this way. Say, well, here's my object, pull the variables out. There's something, the one thing I'm kind of not liking about this is there's no type safety here. Just saying, well, I need an object that comes in. I can put anything into this, and I'm going to look for a variable on the object called damage. Okay. What I want to do is I want to say, okay, well, this collider that's coming in, I want to go say, does this thing have a variable that deals damage to the player? So now in my prefab, so this is where it's a little bit challenging. I'm going to go into my prefabs here. These are all going to need a variable on them that indicates it should do damage to a player. Okay, so I have to add in a variable to each one of these, which feels a little weird. I probably should have made these prefab variants rather than copy and pasting new prefabs. I probably should have made each one of these a prefab variant. But let's go ahead and add in a like attack damage, maybe. So this is the amount of damage this will deal when it hits a player. So I'm gonna make my big meteors do 25 damage, a big boy. My medium attack damage. I'm wondering if there's ways I can sort of attach. I guess I could write a script to have this value. Like part of me is saying like scriptable object. I'm wondering if you could. I don't think you would make scriptable objects this in the scripting language here. It still might be worth learning how to do it. All right, so our medium will do 15 damage. Our small is going to do 10. Okay, so be our attack damage. Maybe I should call it crash damage. Renaming this would be a nightmare too, so that's another thing that is a little bit less than appealing about this visual scripting that we're doing. Go into a tiny one here, and this one will do 5 damage. Attack damage. So there's some interesting stuff here. This will be 5. Okay, so we are only going to take damage if we have a variable called attack damage, is I think how I'm going to do it. We'll see if I'm able to pull this off though. So each one of my prefabs, I added an attack damage to it. This is how much damage it's going to deal to the player when it comes in contact with the player. So I'm going to come back to my player collision script. So this is on my player object here. And this is our player collision controller. When we get collision, I want to see if we have a variable. So I want to see if we have graph has variable. And so we want object as variable. Okay. And say, does our object have a specific variable? We're gonna have to do sort of this Boolean check. I don't think it's the collider. I think I need to say the game object, component game object. Pretty sure I need to say the game object attached to this collider, does it have a variable called attack damage? And so we're doing stringly typed things here. This is what I call stringly typed. I don't feel safe because we're lacking our type system. So there seems to be, this feels like a pretty limitation that I'm not a fan of. I need this to run through to here. Well, I need to get the damage actually. So if it had, we have to add an if. If stringly tight, yeah, like a touch string. So we're gonna say, if we have this value, attack damage, this means we can damage the player. Then we're gonna call take damage, not with float here, but with get object variable. The object is going to be this one, and it's going to be attack damage, like that. Okay. So this is our player collision handler, and I kind of feel a little bit weird. I feel like I could make this a little bit better because it's like if I create an enemy ship or something that I want to be able to take damage, I would want to use something similar to this, but to keep things simple, not overthink it. Maybe I'm not going to need that, so I'm not going to do it yet. But let's go ahead and come in here and see if I fire my laser. When I fire my laser, am I taking damage? I don't think I'm taking damage. I would have been taking, but if I take, let's go see if we take 25 damage from that. Boom. Yeah, we did. I could pull up my player object here as well. So we got 25 damage from the big one. I don't take damage from firing my laser. This deals 5 damage to me. Good. This deals 15. 15. These ones should deal 10, yeah, and then that one deals 25. So the bigger ones deal more damage. They have more mass on them. Okay. So this is pretty cool. I'm having fun with this. Krasenstein, great to see you, my friend. We are playing around with Unity's visual scripting language, Bolt. I don't even know if they call it Bolt here, but it was purchased, acquired by Unity. It was called Bolt. And I'm playing around with it. I'm having a blast with it, Krasenstein. How have you been, by the way? How is everything going? We're prepping for Captain Coder's Learn You a Game Jam, which is coming up on June 19th to July 3rd. 2 full weeks of learning, coding, and growing. And the best part about it is it's not about making the best game possible. It's about learning as much as possible. It's about learning as much as possible. You can make, your game could not even work, and you could still win this jam by saying, here's all the things I learned, how I did it, and the resources, share those with others. Networking and sweating through it. Yeah, networking's no joke, right? Tom, enjoy your lurk with a lurk here and a lurk there. Here, lurk, there, lurk, everywhere, lurk. Thank you for your lurk today. But yeah, we are learning how to do some visual scripting. And so we basically set up a script here says that when our player gets hit, if it was hit by something that has an attack damage, we go ahead and reduce our damage. And then we have this sort of subgraph here called take damage. And this is how we deal damage to our players. So we like writing methods here. Fox Hollow Games, welcome in. Enjoy your lurk as well, folks. Be sure to go check out Fox Hollow Games. Another incredible game developer. So many amazing people here today. Raptine's here. Great to see your Krasenstein's here. Jern is here. Practical NPC is here. JD Does Dev is here. All the incredible, all the best, all the greats. It's wonderful to have you guys here on this beautiful day. And I'm just having fun with this. This is cool. But yeah, this is, it looks like a lot of work here. But yeah, this is our script that when we take damage, deals damage to us and then updates our sprite. Okay. I want to make it now that my player Raptine, yeah, I'm out here promoting the Learn You a Game Jam. So we're going to be streaming at a bunch of different times this month to make sure people know. Get the word out. Spread the word. Go zeet it out on X. Is that what we call it now? It used to be called tweeting. Is it zeeting now? Zeet? Go zeet it out. Yeah. Go post an X and let people know. Oh, this is fun. I should just play this game. It's the window resizer. Window resizer 9000. What do I want to do next? I think we probably need to take a break. We've been going for 90 minutes. Whew, 90 minutes, folks. Fly planes with banners behind them. I know. That's what we need. We need to go door to door, telling people, get out there. Learn You a Game Jam is coming up. I want to... There's a lot of different things I can do. Adding in a nice background. Oh, these need to get destroyed when they hit you. That's what I want to do. There's a couple things too. Maybe give my player some invulnerability. If they take damage, destroy the thing that they collided with. I think that's what I want to do. Is whenever you hit something, it just dies. We might need to make it though, so like if it's a big boss or something that shouldn't die, maybe we just make ourselves invulnerable. I think we need an invulnerable. We need to turn on invulnerability for a small amount of time, actually. For maybe play a small damage sound too, but I think I'm gonna make us invulnerable. I think I want to have an invulnerability variable. So let's create another graph here. When we take damage, we're actually going to become invulnerable briefly. So we actually take damage here. Code Monk, no worries. Remember to keep coding, keep growing, keep being the best you can be. You're welcome back anytime. I'll be back tomorrow afternoon as well. Evening, morning, whatever. Very much different time. I'll be streaming late my time tomorrow. Let's hop in here. I want to create a new, after we take damage, I want to become invulnerable. So we're going to create a subgraph here. Be a subgraph. And this subgraph, invoke, is going to become invulnerable. Set invulnerable. We're gonna become invulnerable for a couple seconds, and our sprite, we're gonna turn our sprite on and off during that time. So we're gonna flicker. No problem, Fox Hollow Games. We love it. We love you, my friend. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're enjoying your lurk. Finish, and I don't know what to call this. We're going to hide the label. We are going to have a variable is invulnerable. going to be a Boolean. And if it's on, we can't take damage and we're going to flicker. And the idea here is that this is going to be... Oh, interesting. I wanted this to be a coroutine. Because I wanted to start a coroutine. I want to set invulnerability and then start a coroutine. Is there a once? Coroutine. Ah. This is interesting. I'm going to do this. I think I need to take a break first. We've been going for 90 minutes. We're going to take a quick break. I'm going to get myself a ginger tea. Get ginger tea, put a little lime in there. Lemon, not lime. A little lime in here. Get myself some more water. We'll be back, folks. Don't go anywhere. Captain Coda will return. All right, we're back. Right here, I got myself a full bottle of water. I got myself some ginger tea to help with my throat. Spicy. Spicy, it's nice. It's nice. I want to... Yeah, I want to start a coroutine when I take damage. So I have to figure out how to do that in our visual scripting. And I am guessing... So what I want to be able to do... Yeah, it's interesting, excuse me. I want to be able to... I want to be able to call a wait, right? So I want to be able to do the following. Wait. I want to have like 3 seconds of invulnerability, 2 seconds of invulnerability, and then turn it back on. You can only do this if you're in a coroutine. And on yeah, it's quite interesting. I don't know how to set this up here properly. It's like, what is this documentation for wait for seconds? Doesn't say anything. Coroutine. Oh, it doesn't have anything. Wait. Oh, I swear there was something in here. Don't want to customize this yet. Probably do that later. Yeah, there was this idea. I did it on some other ones where we wait for the object to be destroyed. On update here. So for example, I can make this a coroutine. I suppose I can add in like a flickering controller. It says if I'm invulnerable, start, and I'm not flickering, start a coroutine that flickers us. I kind of don't like that. That feels bad. And then after 3 seconds, okay, I think that's what I'm gonna do though. So I don't need this set invulnerable anymore, because my set invulnerable is gonna start a coroutine, so I kind of don't need this subgraph. Instead, we take the damage, and then we're just gonna set variable the is invulnerable is just going to become true. We're gonna have a boolean here that's a literal, it's true, and we're just gonna set this value to true. So we take damage, now we're invulnerable. There needs to be something else that handles the flickering and then turns it off. So to do that, I feel like I'm adding lots of things. I guess I can do it on this script here. This is, what is the name of the script? Player collision handler. We do take damage. You could also potentially put it in take damage for our player. But I think the way I'm going to do it is I'm going to have an on update here. It's going to be a coroutine. And I'm going to create a if statement. And the if statement, it's going to say if we are invulnerable. So if we're not invulnerable, we do nothing. But if we're invulnerable and we're currently not flickering, so I need to create like a flow variable of some sort. Has flow toggle flow. This might be something I need to do. I don't quite understand these. I've seen this a little bit, but it's like the toggle. We can like turn these on and off. But I want my player to flicker. And if we're invulnerable down here, we only take damage if we're actually... So let's get that working first. Okay, so right here, I need to have get variable. We're gonna say is invulnerable. We need to do a Boolean and. We're gonna say if we're not invulnerable. Oh, we gotta do a not here. Boolean not. Ooh, how do I do in? Negate? Is it called the negate? Let's look. Negate. So we're gonna take if we are vulnerable and this thing has an attack damage, then we can take damage. So let's test this out real quick. So we're watching our players' variables here. When I start out, I have 0 damage. I bump into this, I'm at 25, but I'm now invulnerable. So these things, notice my damage does not increase. So as long as I'm invulnerable, my damage cannot increase. Okay. We want to have a coroutine start here. I wish I could start it over here so it's a little bit... Maybe I can figure something out that way, but basically my coroutine is going to say if we're invulnerable, yeah, so if we are invulnerable, then we want to start our sprite renderer. We want to flicker our sprite renderer for some amount of time. So I'm going to say for 3 seconds. I think we do a wait. Want it to flicker kind of fast. We could say so I want to turn my sprite render on and off. I want to enable and disable it repeatedly. The question is, I really just want to start a coroutine. Because then I don't have to do this check. It's like my custom script here. Let's see, Unity visual scripting start coroutine. Is that a coroutine? This is not visual scripting. This is where I keep running into trouble. Yeah, all of these things, the weights. Switch to our latest version. Timer, cooldown, and wait nodes. Wait nodes delay the execution of the rest of the script. Yeah. So, like, what is the event that I can specify here to start? I almost need a custom event. Yeah. Because this shouldn't, I suppose, could I make this a coroutine? Is there a reason why I couldn't make this a coroutine? And then we have take the damage. It would cause, maybe I can do it here. Maybe I can do it here. I want to, okay. We are invulnerable. And then we wait 3 seconds. And then we become not invulnerable. Is there any reason why I can't make this whole thing a coroutine? So we do all this and then invulnerable and not, and then my update. Oh, I suppose I could put, the flicker in here. Let me do a loop. Is that a loop? Let's make it a for loop, because I want to do it a couple times. For. Okay. We are going to loop. We're going to flicker 10 times. And we do this. When we're done, we do that. And then inside, we just turn our, yeah. Okay. So we're going to do sprite renderer. Component dot active set active. Ooh, can I not disable? So I don't want to disable the game object. I just want to disable the component. Is it not called active? Interesting. Mono behavior dot active set active. Can't do that. Is it just, what does mono behavior extend? Unity API mono behavior. Active. Enable. Enabled. Okay, so I can enable and disable. That's what I was looking for. Okay. So we want to do enable. Set enabled. So it's component dot set enabled. No, it's not. It's probably not gonna. Okay, so mono behavior. Right, renderer enable. There we go. Set enabled. There we go. So we're gonna set this to false. So our loop is gonna be to, when we're done, we do this. And then the body is to set it, turn it off. So I need to get false here. And then we wait a very small amount of time. Let's go with, I'm gonna loop 10 times. I want it to be 3 seconds. 0.25, something like that. This would be 2.5 seconds. Okay. And then we will enable it. Sprite renderer again. And then we will wait another 0.25. So we disable, we enable, and then at the end of the day, after we finish this, we are vulnerable again. Okay. Now I don't need this at all. Just make my trigger be a coroutine. All right. Do we flicker? Oh, the damage is flickering. So I actually need to get my player's sprite render. Okay. So one thing we could do, we could add it in here, but it's really the sprite render on this object. So I can do a get component, and we're gonna get the sprite renderer like this, and it's on this particular object. We can get rid of view. So we're going to turn the sprite render on and off on this thing here.
Whoa.
Justin, thank you so much for the raid. Justin helps with the raid today. Justin helping with the raid. Thank you for raiding the captain today. Justin, thank you so much for the raid, folks. If you want to go check out an amazing streamer, one of the best out there, be sure to click this follow button. You see this follow button? You see this follow button? You see that heart right there? Give that heart a click. Justin, how was your stream? What were you up to? If you got any links, feel free to drop them in the chat. Love to check out what you're doing. Permits, hang on, just in case. You could probably do it without this, but I like to do that just in case we can't. But thank you so much for being here. Space Cowboy 121, Lucas LT, thank you for the follow. Space. Some people call you the Space Cowboy. I can't sing that song. Space Cowboy. You know you're great, you're grand, you're cool. Thank you for the follow today. And Lucas us, welcome. I said, welcome, Lucas Thus. Welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for the follow. That's right, Practical, you're a raider. Raiders, welcome, man. If you don't know who I am Captain Coder. Captain Coder is me, and me as a computer science educator. I teach. My full-time job is teaching computer science and programming at a school for ages 10 to 14, and I absolutely love my job. This stream is dedicated to learning and coding and growing together as a crew, and in the spirit of that, I am hosting a game jam this month. Captain Coder's Learn You a Game Jam starting on June 19th. We're here to promote that as much as we possibly can. Learn You a Game Jam is not a game jam where you're trying to make the best possible game, where you're trying to learn something new and learn as much as possible. But I'm gonna let this guy tell you all about it. I'm gonna let this guy here tell you all about it. Welcome to Captain Coder's Learn You a Game Jam. I am Captain Coder. Captain Coder is me, and me is a computer science educator. And Captain Coder wants you to learn something new about game dev, whether it's your first time programming, whether it's the first time doing pixel art, whether it's the first time making music, whether it's the first time working on a team. I want you to learn something new, because in this community, we learn and code and grow together as a crew. In this game jam, the goal isn't to make the best game possible. The goal is to learn as much as possible, and I believe you can do it. And when you submit a game to this game jam, I swear I fixed the volume. Why does it keep going down? Here, we're gonna fix it. All right, let's try again. I want you to learn something new about game dev, whether it's your first time programming, whether it's the first time doing pixel art, whether it's the first time making music, whether it's the first time working on a team. I want you to learn something new, because in this community, we learn and code and grow together as a crew. In this game jam, the goal isn't to make the best game possible. The goal is to learn as much as possible, and I believe you can do it. And when you submit a game to this game jam, you are encouraged to also submit a devlog, blog, or vlog describing the resources you used, what you learned, and how others can utilize it. That said, just by submitting a devlog, vlog, or blog, you are entered to win $50. We're going to be doing 5 drawings here. That's right, folks. Just by learning something, even if your game doesn't work at all, if you learn something and you share what you learned, how you learned it, and the resources, you are entered to win you're entered to win a $50 drawing, essentially. Entered to win $50 just by submitting a devlog, blog, or vlog. You don't even have to finish your game. Just tell us what you learned, what resources you used. Red shirt, green shirt, blue shirt, red shirt, green shirt, blue shirt. I don't know. I was trying to do a rhyme. One shirt, two shirt, red shirt, blue shirt. There we go. Got it. 5 unique people will win $50 just by learning something new and sharing it with the community. Additionally, myself and 2 other guest judges will be reviewing all of the devlog, vlogs, or blogs to see which one we think is the most educational, and one beautiful person is going to win $250, and it could be you just for learning something. So join the Discord, check us out on Twitch, and we hope you have a wonderful time with this game jam. We'll see you there. 2 guest judges, that's right, Ronders. 2 guest judges that will be helping me judge all of the submissions, and out of those submissions, the 3 of us are going to decide. It's going to be a nail biter. 2 amazing people, one for submitting the most educational blog is going to win $250, and then someone who submits the most educational video or podcast will win another $250. It's going to be incredible. It's going to be so much fun. We're going to learn so much. We're going to have a good old time. So don't forget to sign up for Captain Coder's Learn You a Game Jam. Be there or be not there. To be there or not to be there? That's the question. That is the question, folks. Let's go back into Unity. And in the vein of learning something new, I'm learning about visual scripting in Unity today. I'm learning about visual scripting in Unity all this week, actually, not just today. This needs to be called somewhere before my loop needs to happen here. Boop. We need to get this component. This script feels messy. But it could. I just gotta like move these things. I'm having a good time with it though. Unity's visual scripting. Nefarion, welcome back to the stream. It's great to see you. How the heck are you doing? Let's see if that worked for us. So the idea was if my player gets hit, there we go. They flicker on and on. We gotta turn off. They're all of their sprites need to turn on and off. Their damage sprites are not turning off. Glad you're doing well. That's so awesome to hear. I'm having a fabulous day. I'm having a fabulous time streaming out here this afternoon. We're working on making a space game using a little space prototype using Unity's visual scripting. I'm having so much fun with it. But yeah, working on our invulnerability here. You'll see that's not working out quite the way I want it to. Because I need to actually turn off both my... It's 12 a.m. Am I crazy? Maxwell, a little bit. It's 4:15 p.m. here for me. 4:15 p.m. here for me. I normally stream super early in my local time, though. All right, so... I don't want to turn off this sprite render. I kind of need... Let's go into my scene view here. I kind of want to toggle the whole player sprite on and off. I can't toggle this on and off. I need to have 2 sprites. Did you enjoy your time with Godot? Every time I get to use Godot, I have a great time. Every time I use Godot, I have a great time. The only thing that is keeping me from using Godot more is no C# web builds yet. Hopefully come November, we'll get some of those. I have some feelings we won't. And part of that reason is Godot's physics engine apparently is multi-threaded. It's multi-threaded because I was playing around with the physics and they're like, oh, their physics update actually runs on multiple threads. Yeah, I know they're working on it. But that is the biggest thing keeping me from using it more. Is the not lack of web builds, but the current state of web builds, I should say. But every time I use Godot, I have a blast with it. That's what I'll say. Every time I use Godot, I have so much fun. And I've been following Godot for years, and I want to be able to use it more. GD script is is I don't want to say I can't use it in my school. I'm going to. Free and open source software for the win. Yeah. So it'll get there. It's going to get there. I know it will. Got like weird hiccups going on. But Maxwell, I hope you're having a beautiful day, my friend. Thank you so much for popping in. Happy Monday. Holy moly. Or happy Tuesday, I suppose, for you in the future. So, yeah, I'm going to do this. My player here, I'm going to put its sprites inside. All right, so this is going to be our sprites. Okay. And I'm going to nest these sprites in here. And then I have this one game object I can turn on and off. And I'm going to take my sprite render and I'm going to move it. Can I move that down here? Let's copy component. Paste component. And then I'm going to remove this. It's going to cause problems, isn't it? No, it's not. Remove this component. Oh, I shouldn't have put it here. I guess I could call this sprite, and then we have the damage sprite. So now if I toggle this on and off, it toggles the whole ship on and off, but we can still move the player. It doesn't disable the player. Because if we disable the player, the coroutine stops running. Okay. So now that I have this, let's go back into my player collision script. And in my player collision script, I kind of need a reference to my sprite, my nested sprite in there. So there's a couple ways I could get it. I can make an object here that is the sprite holder. So I can make this sprite object. Maybe this will do. This is going to be a game object that I turn on and off. And it is just going to be my player's sprite like this. Okay, so it has my player sprite. And I no longer need to get this component. That goes away. And I go straight into the for loop here. I no longer enable a sprite. Instead, I'm going to set active, game object set active, and this will take a true and false. Okay. So I'm going to swap this out here. So we're going to set it to not active. It's interesting. So when we know it's a bool, I can set it. That's interesting. I need to get this. This is the sprite object here. Then we delay, and then we're going to repeat this here. Boom, take this and this. And this one is going to turn it on. So we turn it off, then we turn it on, then we turn it off, then we turn it on 10 times with a 0.25 delay each time. So we flicker 5 times. We should. Let's try it. Okay. That's a lot of flickering. Shoe goes off, shoe goes on. That's right, Hash. Hash, how we doing, friend? Hope you're having a beautiful Monday. I'm on at a weird time today. Hash, how the heck have you been? How you doing? Are you done with classes? Also, happy belated birthday. Happy belated birthday. Happy birthday to Hash. Happy birthday to Hash. Happy birthday, dear Hashy Poo. Happy birthday to you. Sorry, Hash. I should never call you Hashy Poo. For the birthday wishes and this song, you're welcome. Yeah, done with class. Awesome. Need to clip that for Mrs. Hash. That's right. I hope you are excited about your break. I hope you're not wasting away too much. I hope you're not poop socking too hard in EverQuest. Man, I gotta tell you, I am this close to getting it. If I wasn't so busy this month, I would totally do it. Also, folks, be sure if you want to watch retro games, old hardware stuff, another computer science educator doesn't teach computer science on stream, but plays games and has a great time over there. Be sure to go check out Hesh Ballantyne, fantastic streamer. Bailey's unlocks in July. Oh, don't tell me that. Don't do me like that. It's good stuff. We're doing Captain Coder's Learn You a Game Jam is happening this month. All right, so this is the Game Jam, $750 in prizes. It's gonna be super fun, where people are encouraged to learn stuff and then share, right, like blogs and educational content, and share it with the community to enter to win up to $750 in prizes. It's gonna be super fun. And in that vein, all month I'm gonna be learning new stuff, trying out new things I've never tried before, and I'm playing around with Unity's visual scripting tool, which is really quite good. I'm having a lot of fun with it. And so we're making a classic shmup here. So I got my player here. We just wrote this visual script that flickers our player on and off way too many times. I'm gonna change that there in my visual script. The major downside, let's do it, let's make it flicker faster. We'll do this. Let's do on and off 5 times. Let's try that. Boom. There we go. That's a much better flicker. All right, so, but I'm thinking I'm gonna turn this into, so I do some Unity stuff with my students already, but a lot of them end up struggling. The ones who haven't done any coding yet really struggle when we start getting to the scripting in Unity. It's just why you shouldn't learn to I shouldn't say you shouldn't. It's much harder to learn to program if scripting's your first thing, because there's like so much stuff going on around it. And I think the visual scripting could be a good bridge from learning Unity, learning about doing stuff, learning the logic, how flow works, and then having students translate these to scripts. So something that's really cool, something that I'm loving about it. Let's go look at our player real quick. The debugging on it is so cool. So here's my player controller. This is the script that controls the player movement. This is about as simple as things get, so it already feels too complex. But the thing that's really fun and cool about it is when we run it, it shows how the code flows through it. And then it also shows the data transformations. So right here is sort of my user input vector. If I'm holding buttons down, it shows this is what my inputs are, the raw inputs on sort of my gamepad or my keyboard. And then I want to scale it by my speed variable. And then it shows, oh, when I multiply a vector by a scalar, it multiplies both. So it's kind of cool to see the data transformation and have this like visual representation. That said, I do think it's, I want to say severely limited, but I have found it challenging to write bigger, more complex things as I go. So the complexity is certainly growing on it. And that's a challenge. Okay. All right, what are we doing? I was flickering. Yeah, so there's a couple options. There's several different things here. I can make it so when the player runs out of health, they get destroyed. So right now the player doesn't get destroyed immediately. Or they don't get destroyed at all. If they take too much damage, they can just keep going. So we probably want to make it, this is too much fun to play. Probably want to make it when the player has taken 100 damage. We are going to remove the player from the game. We'll go ahead and destroy the player. Do we have an explosion graphic? I don't think we do. Let's take a look here. Do we have an explosion graphic? Effects? No. Maybe in the advanced Kenny asset. Maybe we could do something like that. That would look silly though, I think. That would be good for when we shoot asteroids. The last asteroid disappearing with that would be nice. I think there's an extended, go look at the Kenny assets here. Unity time nodes. Oh, I don't even have it open. Kenny space shooter. Is this the one I currently have? There's a second one here. Let's go to assets, search for space. Space shooter extension. Here we go. Does this have an explosion? It doesn't have an explosion. There's some cool things in this one. No explosion though, that's disappointing. I guess we can add in some particle effects. All right, let's add in a particle effect for explosion. All right, so when our player dies, we'll do a particle effect explosion. Let's design one here. So I'm gonna create in my, let's create it outside of my player. We're gonna end up making it a prefab. Create an empty explosion. And I suppose create effects particle system. Okay. And let's play around with the settings here. In our particle system, oh, that's taking up a lot of space. Let's have it pre-warm so it doesn't take a long time to get there. Let's make it a circle. My emitter shape, make it a circle. So it goes out in all directions. Oh, maybe I don't warm it up. Maybe I don't warm it up. Let's set its position 0 there. 0, 0, 0. There we go. Center it, and then we can put it on the player. We're gonna attack. We're just gonna put this wherever the player was. Okay. Particle system. Let's restart. There we go. I'll shoot it out like that. Let's make it go faster. Start speed 15. 10. There we go. And then we will make it so the duration, let's not loop. Going way too long. Let's make it 1 second. Boom. And then we will make it, let's go ahead and make it red-ish. Let's give it way more particles. Max particles emission, rate over time 100. That's a bit much. Let's go with 25. I don't know if I like that. I definitely don't like it. Can we make them bigger? Can I just make, I kind of want to make it, can I just make them all go at the same time? That's not what I want. Almost what I want. Can I make it them all go? Gun trotting, yes, Unity is free. If you make, I think, I don't know the exact business model, I've looked at a few times. If you make more than, essentially if you make $1 million, you have to pay Unity 2.5% of your profits, or there's a pay per install model as well. So it's free if you don't make any money. You're doing non-commercial stuff. If you do commercial stuff and you make under $1 million, it's very low from what I understand. I want them to, but yeah, I'd be happy to try and explain a little bit more, but I don't have, I always feel like I don't quite have the entire, I don't have it all entirely in my head. Let's say it that way. Mode, random. I want them to all go all at once. I don't know what burst spread really is. Spread, what's 10 do? 5? It doesn't let me set any, that's just a number. 0 or 1, okay. Spread, ping pong, spread, random. What does spread do? Spawn particles only at a Specific angle around the arc, 0 to disable. Gotcha. Want them all to start lifetime, start speed, start size. I want all of the particles to appear at the exact same time. So is that part of emission right over time? 1. That is not. Can I make... Might have to look this up. Right over distance. So this is saying, oh, what I would do is I'd make this very small. Oh, but then they all disappear. There we go. That's what I want. It's interesting. That's what I want. Okay. Okay, and then I want them to fade as they move away. That's my explosion. I don't know if I need 1,000. Let's not make it random. Loop. All to one side. Control the speed that the emission position moves around the arc. That's what I want. Boom. Boom. I love that. Okay. I want to... Woke. Thank you so much for the follow. Woke Lodi. Welcome to the stream. Woke Lodi. How are you today? How are you on this beautiful Monday? I almost forgot it was Monday. I almost said Sunday. So I want them to have a... fade. I want them to fade over time or have a color over time. I think we do color over time. What's interesting is I don't know if this is like 100% bend classic. This might be welcome based on the burst. All right, hang on. Set this to 1. Oh my god. 0.05 is what I want. Boom. Explodes out like that. And I'm trying to make color by speed, size by speed. Make my size. It's always the same speed. Speed over time. Trails are always cool. I don't think I need those though. Oh my goodness. Definitely don't need the trails. Color by speed, velocity over lifetime. And space, world, orbital, speed modifier. How do I make this speed go down? 0.5, 0.5. I don't know what this is doing. Might have to look this up. It's like shifting it to the right here. Like some kind of offset. Speed modifier, 0.9. Do 0.1. Okay. 2. So this is how long it's been alive. It'll go faster that make this big. It goes faster the further it gets away. 1 is a constant time, I believe. 0.8? No, that doesn't seem right. Simulation speed 1. Just 100 here. I don't feel like I need that many. Why do I need so many? I don't understand. Why do I need so many to get it to come out that way? Very interesting to me that I need so many particles. It's almost like the angle radius here. Your code rebelling against you, Infinitani. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. In mechanically challenged here. Stupid portals doesn't let me enter. Oh. Try harder. Have you tried harder, Tani? Ryan, how the heck have you been? Welcome back to the stream. It's wonderful to see you again. Hope you're having a beautiful day. Tani, you just need to try harder. Let's... Not what I wanted to do. I'm trying to... I don't know enough about particle physics. I kind of feel like I need to read documentation to understand this better. I really don't feel like I need 250. I'm doing wonderful. Thank you so much for asking. Or I guess not asking, but thank you so much for being in. I'm sorry today's been a wash. I hope things are better moving forward. I hope things get better moving forward. Start speed. I want like a speed decay. Delta time, scaling mode, simulation speed. I don't understand why burst spread. All right, let's go look at documentation. Unity particle burst spread. Let's read the documentation. Burst spread, this is not true. That's what I thought it was gonna go. Go to current version. Particle system. Let's have burst spread somewhere. Emission module. Burst. This might be interesting to look at. Could it be related to emissions? Burst. When the burst will trigger. Oh. Shape module. The shape module defines the volume or surface from which particles can be emitted, the direction of the velocity. The shape property defines the shape of the emission, and the rest of the module properties vary depending on the shape you choose. Burst. Spread. Burst spread mode distributes particle generation evenly along the radius. This can be used to give you an even spread apart compared to the default randomizer where particles may clump together unevenly. This just doesn't seem correct, like what they're saying there. Is it... don't understand. Translate the emission shape, rotation, circle. There's our shape. Yeah, I'm so confused over there. One does this. Yeah. Red Cabin, welcome to the stream. I want to just have them all come out in a circle around it all at once. It might be because I'm in 2D, not 3D, but it's quite strange to me. The weird, if I give it a ton of particles, it does it. I don't understand. Yeah, I don't want them to clump. Burst spread, I think burst spread is what I want, but notice it's like evenly out there. That's what I was thinking. Yeah, let's try it. Let's try that. Yeah, that's what I want. Okay, spawn particles only at specific angles around the arc. Hunted Storm, thank you for helping. Circle in the right direction. It might be spreading. So the circle here. Ah, I think you're right. Can we get this? No. I suppose if I switch to 3D mode, we can see. Now I'm not even sure what I'm undoing. There we go. So something that's interesting, if I set my like all of my emissions here, it's fine. It does it. If I bring this down, so it's like if I go to 10, it's supposed to emit them time 0, count 30. Yeah, I just want it to output. There it is. There it is. I need to just say, what is the burst? Okay, I have to actually do that. 100% probability, our interval. There we go. So now if I did something like 100, we'd have that. Okay, cool. So I just want 10. I'm just trying to create an explosion here. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. So if I could just do 0 here, it makes sense here that I need to put a continuous there. So pause, stop, play, boom, sends it out. This is going to be my player explosion. All right. I wanted to, and this is me, I've done very little with particle systems in Unity. So any help is greatly appreciated. Also, folks, if you guys don't know, Red Cabin Games, incredible streamer, incredible game developer, making some really awesome stuff in Unity. If you got a link, send it along, Red Cabin Games. I'd love to look at some trailers for your stuff, promote it a little bit. I wish I had a command for you. I don't think I do. But yeah, please send it along. I'd love to check it out. We are working on just learning. Yeah, Hunted Storm, welcome to the stream. Glad to have you here. We are learning about, and I've never used Unity's visual scripting tool. I've always written scripts. I'm much more apt in programming, but I thought it would be neat to check it out and try it, learn more about it, because we have a game jam about learning coming up this month. And so I'm trying to learn about it. Space Scavenger. Yes, Space Scavenger 2, folks. Be sure to go check this out. Give this game some love. It's going to be so good. Go check it out. Add it to your wish list. It's coming out soon. Earlier, I forgot my link. Justin, thank you so much for the link. Thank you so much for the link. But yeah, go check out Space Scavenger, people. Let me get this on this audio here. Hang on. This game looks incredible. I can't wait to play it. Let me know how the volume is here. Oh, it's going to be good. Justin, we'll take a look at that in a moment. Yeah, look at how good this is. Not getting any audio. What the heck? Hang on. My audio is all crazy. The audio is great here. This is GTA 6, you know it. No, this is Space Scavenger 2 by Red Cabin Games. Awesome, awesome stuff. Howden, welcome to the stream. Space Scavenger 2? Exactly. Exactly. Oh, I can't wait to play this. I can't wait to play it. Go give it some love, everybody. Be sure to wishlist it. Even if you don't know if you're interested, be sure to wishlist it. It really helps us out. It really helps people out with it. Enjoy your lurk, Infinitani. Okay. But yeah, welcome in, Outing. Hunted Storm, thank you so much for your help. Points for your help here. Points, add Hunted Storm. 500 points. And Jonas for your help as well. 500 points to you. Amazing. Thank you guys so much. Yeah, we're having a lot of fun learning about Unity's visual scripting. I'm trying to add an explosion here. So my player right now, this is a really simple game. We've been working, we started this morning. We've spent a couple hours just fighting, not necessarily fighting, but learning the visual scripting tool. We can take damage, and I want to make it so when my player is destroyed, we spawn in those particles at the player's point. So that's what I'm working on now. I just want to get the particles to look reasonable, make a little prefab for it, and then bring it in. So that's what I'm working on today for Captain Coder's Linear Game Jam. Some great prizes in there. Oh, I got to switch back to unenhanced mode. Too much screen. Too much screen there. All right. Yeah, I wanted to do... And maybe you can help me with this as well. I wanted to make this change speed over lifetime. Could be cool if the particles had a size over lifetime. Yeah, that's exactly what I want. Size over lifetime. But I wanted to go the other direction. Oh, that's not what I want. Why won't this open for me to edit it? Isn't there not a way? Should I not be able to edit this value? Under velocity over lifetime. There's a drag setting somewhere under velocity over lifetime. Speed modifier. You need to open the particle system curves at the bottom. Ah, I closed that because I was running out of space on my screen. Why won't you open? There you are. Ah, perfect. Perfect. Thank you. All right, so let's do this. So now they'll fade over time. We can do something like that. Thought that would do a thing. There we go. Just have to do it faster. Add a nice little curve to it. Perfect. Oh, there we go. Or reduce the lifetime. How do I set the lifetime of the particle? So I have a lifetime. Okay, perfect. 1 second. There we go. There we go. Lifetime, 1 second. You guys are incredible. Thank you guys so much for my help, so much for helping me. There we go. Nice. Nice. Okay. And then I want to change and I can make this bigger. Make it better, faster, stronger. Color over lifetime is the other thing I wanted to do. And so we can make it to that was interesting. I was expecting that. Oh, right, of course. Yes, that makes sense. There we go. And now we can make this one red-ish. And then we can make this one yellow. And it's fading out, so I guess it's kind of hard to see anyway. I think it would be more obvious if I made the color super extreme. Yeah. Ooh, that's kind of cool, like cooling off. Let's make it blue. Ooh, I like that. I like that. Now I can add more particles and I'll feel better about it. Perfect. That explosion. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. How do we do about 250? Perfect. Oh, I love it. Thank you guys so much for the help. I appreciate it so much. All right, we're going to turn this into a prefab. All right, so we're going to take our particle system here. We're going to, oops, I can't undo that. Put you back there. All right, we're going to take our particle system. We're going to turn it into a prefab. Our explosion. Let's go ahead and drop that over into our prefabs. Worked out nicely. And what I want to do now is on my player take damage. This is my collision handler. All right, we're going to edit this. And this is the whole point of what I'm doing right now, is learning about visual scripting. How can I do this? Because I could write this very easily as a C# script, right, as a monobehavior. It can feel that way for sure. It makes me want to write shaders. All right, so if here we want to check to say, how much life do we have? Have we taken 100 damage? I kind of, there's some nice things about it. There's some not so nice things about it. I think some people find the code, like writing code, if you're not used to writing code, just as confusing. There are things that I really like about it, but there are things that feel extra complex about it too. There are sometimes the simplicity, and doing state machines with it is actually kind of cool. An example though is, let's go look at my player script real quick. I think it's a combination of things. I think for simple things, it's really nice. So this is the example I keep giving that I was like, oh, this is really, really quite good. So this is my player movement controller. One thing that's super cool is I can watch how the data is transformed. So I think there's some nice things about this. So this is the flow of traffic through the script. So I have my axes, my X and Y, horizontal and vertical axes getting selected here. And we can see that they're currently 0 and 0, 0 and 0. But if I press these buttons, if I press the axes or use my controller, we can see them get turned on to create a vector 2. And also typing is kind of nice. We can see why the types need to go one way. And we see it combine this data here. So there's something really nice about that. And we can watch how multiplying a vector works as well. Similarly, you can look at how rotating quaternions and stuff works. You can watch the quaternion rotation, how the multiplication of quaternions is applied, how scaling rotations is applied. So there's some really cool stuff here. I teach a Unity class. It's a low coding Unity class. And at the end, the students learn, they use prefabs and stuff to make levels in a game. And then towards the end of the class, we do a little bit of scripting. And students who have done programming before usually do fine. Students who are brand new to programming, it's super tough because there is so much. Is that a visual script of your flux capacitor? It is. Look, it feels, it feels like we're cooking spaghetti sometimes. It does feel a little bit like that. But I'm forcing myself to use it because I think it's going to be a really good bridge. And I'll find out next year when I do this in my class, if I do it in my class. I think it'll be a good bridge to go from visually seeing stuff to then conceptually writing the code. Because in my head, I already do a lot of this stuff in my head when I'm programming. It sort of like falls into place. But Unity has so much. It's kind of nice to see it this way. Let's go into our collision handler. This is getting out of control though. Like this feels maybe a little bit complex. We have, what's interesting, you can look at the number of lines of code. It's 1, 2, the white lines are like lines of code. 1 line, 2 line, 3 line, 4 lines, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this would be like 9 lines of code, and then you'd have variables around it. So there's that, is that it takes up so much more space. That's why I have my Unity editor all like pulled apart, and I have my inspector over here. I don't know how you fit all this. So I have all this stuff pulled out so I can sort of have this centered on the screen visually. And even then I still have trouble seeing things. What I want to do though, is after we take damage, after I call take damage, I want to see if I should be destroyed or not. So if I'm destroyed, I'm gonna go ahead and spawn a prefab for us. So there's gonna be a prefab we're gonna use to, when we explode, so I'm gonna create an explosion prefab. And this is gonna be a game object. And we're just gonna bring in my explosion prefab here, like that. We are going to end up like removing the player, maybe disabling the player, something. We're gonna just show the explosion when we do it. And so after we take damage, we need to add in an if. If here. I do feel like if you know how to program, this is much slower. Absolutely feels much slower. So if, and we're going to do a less greater than, if greater than, greater or equal. Okay. So if our damage is greater than or equal to 100, so if we take more of the damage, then we want to go ahead and destroy our player. Otherwise, we're going to go ahead and do the invulnerability frames here. All right, so I need to get my damage variable. So if we've taken 100 or more damage, we get destroyed. If this is true, we're going to instantiate our explosion. And then we're going to put this at this object's position. So it's going to be get position. So there's a lot that goes into setting this up. I think Visual would be a lot better if we could actually grab the nodes and connections with our hands. Mice are a bit fiddly to test. Yeah, so like in a 3D environment. Ooh, that's an interesting idea. That could be really interesting. Okay. Quaternion. Just a blank quaternion here. Like that. And then, is there an instantiate that just takes a position? I don't think there is. I could always just call instantiate and then call set position though. We'll do this though. Okay, so we're going to instantiate this. And then we need to destroy or disable our game object. I think I'm going to go with disable. Or set active false. All right, so after that, we'll go ahead and set our player to be false. And we'll have to have some game controller that turns it back on. If we have enough lives, will respawn us. My hands are so unsophisticated with the chopstick integration. Oh man, it's so disappointing. I can't eat with chopsticks anymore. I have carpal tunnel, and it makes me really sad because I love ramen. I love Japanese food, sushi and stuff. So I always feel a little bit embarrassed when I go and eat sushi now. I eat it with my hands, not hands. I can't eat it with. I do eat it with my hands, but I can't use chopsticks. Oh. Let's go ahead and remove that from the start there. See if we can take enough damage to explode. One more should do it. Boom! Oh, that explosion's super cool. Explosion, I think, is super cool, though. So thank you guys so much for helping me with those particle effects. Okay. Not bad. Not bad. Basie, welcome back to the stream. Basie. Oh, Basie. Thank you for following me today. We got Basie. Oh, Basie. Welcome to the family. You know you're great, you're grand, you're cool, you're here. Thank you for following me today. Oh, Basie, welcome to the stream. I could Hunted Storm. I could juice it up, amp it up, make it awesome. We're having a lot of fun here, Basie. I'm Captain Coder. I'm a computer science educator. My full-time job is actually teaching computer science and programming at a school for ages 10 to 14. I don't normally stream at this time, but I'm working on promoting Captain Coder's Learn You a Game Jam, which is coming up. I hope you'll consider joining it. $750 in prizes for learning something new, just for learning and coding and growing with the crew and sharing what you learn with the crew. So I hope you consider joining. I'm having a blast here. I am learning about visual scripting today. Unity's visual scripting. I'm having fun with it. There's some things about it that feel complex, but I think my students who are new to programming or have no programming experience will really appreciate this. I think they'll really appreciate it for doing small things here. I go overboard and don't get any sleep. Too old for such things. I feel that. By playing other people's jam games. Gotcha. No worries. But I hope you have fun coding and stuff. Grab to join the Wii Jam and learn some 3D modeling. I'm going to be doing some Blender stuff. Yeah, so I'm streaming outside of my normal schedule, checking out, trying to promote and find new people to join the community share with. Normally I stream early in the morning, but you know, I'm going to be streaming a lot this month, learning new things. So there we go. We have it. Our player can get destroyed. We need to do some respawning for our player. Let me go ahead and get this committed. Let me get this committed here. This one. I haven't committed in a while. Git commit. I guess I'm just going to call this a chore because I haven't been committing the features. There we go. Feels weird to commit without writing code, but just writing these scripts. So this one is, I guess, implement more I feel bad that I didn't do it. I did all kinds of stuff. Add mini scripts. Yeah, we're prototyping here. I'm going to see how many prototypes I can make this month. See how much I can learn this month. 3D modeling is one of the things I really want to practice and get better at because I'm not great at it. In fact, I'm terrible. I don't even know where to start most of the time. My 3D modeling skills are limited mostly to Pro Builder and Unity. But I have a lot of fun with it. Okay. All right. We've been going for 3 hours. Working for a causal multitude of sins, Basty. Yeah, I'm working on it myself. Writing Git commits is not one I'm good at. When I've worked on teams, that can be a crunchy issue to work with, right? Getting it right for your team and stuff. We're gonna find someone to raid out to though. We've been going for 3 hours.
Whoa.
Oh, we can't raid out yet because we got Cricket here. Cricket, how are you? Thank you for raiding into me today. Cricket, tell us all about your game. You're working on your tactical combat game, folks. If you guys don't know Cricket, you got to get to know him. Click that heart. You see this heart button? If you don't click this heart button, you're gonna break Cricket's heart. So I need you to patch that heart. Click that button. Give him some love. If you're gonna raid out, I suggest PyK421. Let's do it. Because I do got to get out of here. I streamed for 4.5 hours this morning. I was doing 3 hours now. I normally stream for like 3 hours, but we're learning a bunch of stuff here. Raiders, welcome in. Before I go, I do want to encourage you guys to go check out Captain Coder's Game Jam. But Cricket, what were you working on? You got any links for us to check out? While you're getting that together, I just want to promote Captain Coder's Learn You a Game Jam one more time, folks. Check this out. Where'd it go? I hope you'll consider joining it, but I'm gonna let this guy explain it. Hello and welcome to Captain Coder's Learn You a Game Jam. I am Captain Coder. Captain Coder is me, and me is a computer science educator, and Captain Coder wants you to learn something new about game dev, whether it's your first time programming, whether it's the first time doing pixel art, whether it's the first time making music, whether it's the first time working on a team. I want you to learn something new because in this community, we learn and code and grow together as a crew. It's true. In this game jam, the goal isn't to make the best game possible. The goal is to learn as much as possible, and I believe you can do it. And when you submit a game to this game jam, you are encouraged to also submit a devlog, blog, or vlog describing the resources you used, what you learned, and how others can utilize it. That said, so the goal is to teach people, share what you learn, get people to learn stuff. If you submit a game that doesn't even work, but you learn something, you've won. So don't stress out. Just by submitting a devlog, vlog, or blog, you are entered to win $50. We're going to be doing 5 drawings here. 5 unique. 5 $50 drawings going out just for submitting a devlog, blog, or vlog. Even if your game doesn't work, even if your game you feel like is a pile, if you learn something and you share what you learned and how you learned it and what resources you did, you're entered to win. Easy peasy. Unique people will win $50 just by learning something new and sharing it with the community. Additionally, myself and 2 other guest judges will be reviewing all of the devlog, vlogs, or blogs to see which one we think is the most educational and one beautiful. We're gonna select two people. You don't have to be beautiful either. You can be beautiful, but it doesn't help you. Beautiful person is going to win $250, and it could be you just for learning something. So join the Discord, check us out on Twitch, and we hope you have a wonderful time with this game jam. So go check out Captain Coder's Learn You a Game Jam. You won't be disappointed. We're gonna have so much fun. Judge Dredd, that's right, Judge Dredd. All right, Cricket wants us to raid PyK. What is it? PyK 421. Let's do it. Let's make sure they're still on. So I'm getting out of here. PyK 421. Let's look at it. They've been going for 46 minutes. I'm sure they'll be there a while. Okay, let's do it. Why do I have ads playing? All right. Thank you, everybody, so much for hanging out. Remember, keep coding, keep growing, keep being the best you can be. You're welcome back anytime. I'm going to be back tomorrow afternoon. I'll see you then, folks. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. You've been an incredible crew. I love you guys so much. Keep coding, keep growing. I'll see you again real soon. Have a beautiful day. Bye-bye.